Welcome to another episode of Marketing for Your Boring Business, helping your message get seen in a cluttered newsfeed. You guys are all pretty familiar by now with the Facebook algorithm changes that happened at the beginning of January in 2018. And I'm pretty sure that just like everybody else that has a Facebook page in the world, you went into a state of panic. Well, my very best friend, Crystal, who is also the owner of Sitter for Your Critter, was like, no, not me, ain't happening. I got this. Here, hold my puppy. And the things that she has done to help get engagement and sales on her Facebook page through contesting have completely blown all of the algorithm changes and engagement issues and everything else out of the water. Crystal Hammond is the owner of Sitter for Your Critter, which has been in business for 10 years in the Portsmouth, New Hampshire area. They have serviced over 4,000 clients, and she also is attached to a nonprofit that has served over 3 million pounds of pet food. When she is not obsessively watching The Walking Dead and playing poker, she spends a great deal of time traveling with her husband, Ty, cheering for the Raiders and giving their bulldog, Capone, lots of love. Welcome to the show, Crystal.
Hello, I am so excited.
I know we have been talking about how to collaborate for months and months, and I think that this
Forever.
finally was the perfect answer because we wanted to make sure that whatever we talked about gave you guys so much value. So, Crystal, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself, your business, your background, what you've been doing with your marketing that led you to where you are now?
All right. So I have a business called Sitter for Your Critter. We have been in business for 10 years now. We're actually celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And so we do dog walking, we do kitty care, we do overnight pet sitting, anything that you would need done for your pets, we do. In my spare time, I decided, oh, why don't I start a nonprofit? Like, no problem. Super easy. We're going to do a nonprofit. Yeah, that was a lot of work. So the nonprofit has been wonderful. We had a couple of programs that we were doing with that. We had a pet food program and a veterinary assistance program. We served, like you said, over almost 3 million pounds of pet food. So that was a labor of love that I actually just recently handed over the reins because Sitter for Your Critter is out of control, crazy busy right now. And a lot of it has to do with this awesome marketing stuff that we've been up to.
Yes. So what is
Yes.
it before we dive into how we have put together this contesting, and I should full disclosure, guys, Crystal and I have worked on this together. I act as her slave labor to her brilliant idea, which is what All in One Social Media, my agency, is all about. But this is 100% her idea that I just help her execute. So what did you have in place before you came to me with this idea?
So before I came to you with this whole contest thing, we would do kind of like the typical stuff. So we would post things like graphics on Facebook, and we would do a couple blogs a month, and we did have an email newsletter that we would send out once or twice a month, and that was great. That was awesome. It was working. We would see some engagement, but it was okay. It wasn't the best. I did start a Facebook group for all my clients. So I called it Pets in Portsmouth, and that was kind of a game changer in and of itself because I was able to gather all of my clients and friends and supporters all in one Facebook group. And so I would post things in that group, and they would talk about it, and that was great. So I think things were going fine. I'd say mediocre. And then, coming up on 10 years, that's a long time to be in business. It's a long time. And a lot of our clients, being in the pet sitting world, we have clients that have been with us for 8, 9 years. It's kind of like having a hairdresser, once you find a good one, you never leave. So, we would have clients for years and years and years. So I'm like, how can I how can I give back to my clients that have been raving, wonderful fans of ours? And then maybe let people know who we are because we have been around for so long. So I called up All in One, and I'm like, look at this is what I'm going to do. I had no idea exactly what I was going to do. I just knew I wanted to give back to them in some way and do some sort of promotion. So so the idea was born, and
And tell us about the idea. What is it that you came up with?
So, okay, so the idea is that every month we would give our clients something, some sort of promotion every month. So like for for the example, for January we did 10 copies of the dogs of Instagram and 10 copies of the cats of Instagram. And so I had this whole plan. Every single month I did something. I picked something different. February was going to be a month of giving back to our community. So we decided to pick 10 shelters and 10 nonprofits and do like a donation. This month in March, it's all about grooming because it's kind of like spring cleaning. So I partnered with a local groomer and we're going to be doing grooming gift baskets. So it's kind of based around the season. April is going to be spring cleaning for your house. So yeah, that's kind of how it's laid out every month.
Perfect. And so I'm going to step in with what you do. So she mapped out what she wanted to do for each month because she knew her community. I gave her some advice on the way. Like in May, we're going to be getting ready for summer because everyone's starting to book their summer vacations and what they need to do to get scheduled. And it's a great incentive for her business because she's able to get people on their radar saying, hey, you're planning a summer vacation. I know you are. Make sure you book now for us to watch your house and stuff because we will sell out. And then June, we're talking about like local things that you can do in the Portsmouth area. In July, we're going to do the month of the cat because she reported to me that about 60 to 70% of her business is actually watching cats, which I thought was fascinating because you don't ever think about that. So we just really dove into what she had planned for each month and we put together the promotion. And then, of course, this was around the time that the Facebook algorithm announcement had happened and we were like, okay, so we need to play by this game in addition to all of the things she already has. Now, Crystal's being very modest, I might add. She has blogs that she posts every month to her site that help with her search engine optimization. She does monthly email marketing. She has a really good list of engaged subscribers. And then on top of it, she also has a page. How many people are on your page? There's over 1,000, right? If not more.
Yeah, I think there's almost 2,500.
There you go, 2,500
on our
people.
Facebook page. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she was having this really low engagement on Facebook with them, and so we changed that. So rather than just posting content, we were still posting her. She still already had content that she was posting that was offering value, fun facts, information, tips, and of course, hey, if you need a sitter, connect with me. But we added in, so in January, we started doing her giving away 10 copies of her Instagram, Dogs of Instagram and Cats of Instagram. And so what we did is she went out first by announcing this with a Facebook Live. She did about a 15-minute Facebook Live announcing what she was doing, what the plan was for the year, and what the contest was for that month. And then she boosted it with Facebook ad dollars. And how much did you spend with that?
I think we only did like $25.
And then what was your process for picking who you targeted for that?
So for that, so we actually had a process. We already had our target set up. We kind of know our avatar. We know their age range. We know what their interests are. We know their income. And what's great about Facebook is that you can go in and you can pick all those different things. Mm-hmm. So we already had one that we knew worked well. When we first did that Facebook Live, it had over 5,000 views on that first Facebook Live.
Awesome.
And that was only boosting it for like $25.
And
so it was a big deal.
For? How long did you do that for?
So we did it for 11 days.
Okay, so 5,000 plus views in your small community of the seacoast of New Hampshire.
My little baby community.
Yeah, 5,000 views. And that's fantastic. And it was all mostly your target demographic, right?
Exactly,
so
yes.
This had been the first time you had gone live on your page, right?
Correct. Yes. First
And
time.
and so what do you think, what are your thoughts on like why it worked so well? Because it was your first time, because it was something impactful and thought out, like why do you think the live worked so well for your community that first time?
So I think it's the first time they've ever really seen me before. I mean, a lot of our clients, they don't really see me anymore. They don't see like the face of the business. So they were, I think that they were like, wait, who is this woman? It's a great way to connect face to face. So I think that people got really excited about it that way. And it's, you know, it's funny because you can kind of hide behind your business. You're not really out there, meeting with people every day. So it was something new, something fresh. And now I'm obsessed with going live. I can't stop because people love it. And it's so great because sometimes they're, not, I would say like, maybe like I had 3 people watch it right when it first went live. It's the actual replay that people watch over and over and over again. And that's what gets shared. So it like lives forever, which is so great.
That's awesome, and that's great feedback too as well. So you went
Mm-hmm.
live announcing it, and then
Yes.
you did the boost, and then we ran photos with the link. So we had made a landing page specifically for your contest. So we
Right.
had used lead pages, and we put it together. She had special branding made up for this for her 10-year anniversary. And we put all the branding in it. And then I think it also worked out well that you also had like a new website you were having done too.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a lot of like really like she had just taken the time to freshen up the look of her business. It had been 10 years. So I think that, as she would even probably tell you, it was time.
Oh, yes.
So we
Everything got a facelift.
Yeah, so we created a landing page with lead pages and we attached it to her website and we did email. So again, she already had an existing email list. So we had emailed everyone in her list about this contest that she had done. And what ended up being your results from that? So and then you also, wait, before we say the results, did you go live one more time or 2 more times within that month?
So I went live 3 times. I went live in the beginning. I went live in the middle of the contest to remind people to enter. And then I went live at the very end when I pulled all the names of all the winners.
Okay, so you did like your contest winner announcements live.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
And did you see an increase in like views and engagement because everyone had tuned in to see if they had won?
Exactly. Yeah. So that engagement on the last one, we actually had people tuning in when I actually went live, which was super fun. And so, yeah, and we built momentum throughout the entire month. So by the time I went live for the last one, it was amazing.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't know that. So what ended up being, so do you talk about what your engagement increases were on your Facebook page and then what it did for your sales for the month for your business?
So in the pet sitting world, I'll just like preface this too because it's pet sitting. It's a weird business. So in the pet sitting world, January is actually our slowest month. It is completely dead in January because people just aren't traveling. The kids are in school. So I looked last year.
The post-Christmas
season. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's staying home. So last year we had only had 4 new clients in the month of January, just to kind of give it some perspective. So, wait, I forgot, what was the question? What did you?
What were your numbers for your engagement on your Facebook page? Okay, we're gonna have to cut this. Okay, Alan and Max, this is a hard cut on this part of the video where she says, wait, what was the question?
Oh my God.
We warned you. I totally warned you boys.
I forgot what we were... I'm so sorry. Okay.
No, so my question is,
yes.
What were your numbers for the Facebook engagement? Like what was like the engagement numbers? Like how did that increase? And then what were your sales numbers? So you just said... so last year we only got 4 new clients, so maybe start now with, so this year, and then go there.
So this year we had 23 new clients. So out of those 23 new clients, 80% of those clients came through us through Facebook.
Wow, that's awesome.
80% of them. Yeah. So, and that's huge for us because we get clients through referrals, social media. I would say I don't even have numbers for what we did last year for social media because we weren't really tracking it. But I can guarantee you we were getting nothing from Facebook. So to have 80% of those clients, so that was 23 clients that booked with us in the month of January. We had 37 inquiries that week. So we had 10 more people that inquired, and maybe there'll be clients down the road.
But they know who you are. They've connected.
They know who we are. Yeah, and we had people, our Facebook, our instant messenger was blowing up with people. And we never even used Facebook Messenger before. That wasn't like a tool that we really had. So it was interesting. Now we're like right on top of it of responding. But that was something that I didn't think would happen. So now that was something that I had to kind of figure out how to manage that.
Yeah. So, and as a caveat, what was also interesting, again, just because I am behind the scenes watching all this and managing it for her, one of the things that was also really interesting that happened with her business, and I should preface this. So again, Crystal and I are best friends, and we sat down at the end of 2017 and we're like, what are our goals for the next year? Because we hold each other accountable for what we want to accomplish. And one of the things that Crystal said that she was struggling with was finding pet sitters, like people to work for Sitter for Your Critter as pet sitters and dog walkers and stuff. What was interesting to see after starting this contest in January is she started to get applicants through her Facebook page just as much as she was trying to, not just as much, but in addition to what she was trying to get with her leads for business.
I really think that having this presence, running this contest on Facebook, it's really getting people to like know, like, and trust you. And it's also, I found that now we're becoming like experts in the pet sitting industry, well, in our area. People even just reach out to ask for advice. Which I think is great. We had people asking, what's the best groomer, asking about tips, or what's the best vet. So I think people are starting to look at us as experts in our field.
Interesting.
Which is great, yeah.
So you're doing this every month. So did you roll right into the next contest promotion? How did you transition for the next month? Because it's awesome to have 1 month. But I'm sure a lot of people are like, well, even a blind squirrel can catch a nut. So why don't we talk about what happened then next month? Like, what did that process look like?
So I'm like, oh my God, we're going to do this every single month. It is a lot of work. But so for February, we decided to go a different route, and we decided to do the give back in a different way. So we did more of like a food drive. So we actually asked our clients to donate money. We had like a GoFundMe campaign set up at the beginning of the month. Or people could leave us dog food. So we were trying to get either dog food or actual monetary donations. So I wasn't sure how that was going to be because it's, we're not really giving away anything in February. Let me just tell you, so I'll just tell you. So we had 34 new clients in the month of February.
Because you were
34 of them.
Because you were asking for stuff from your clients.
Yeah, we didn't give anything away in February. We had 34 new clients, and we had 57 new inquiries.
So
57.
Awesome. So you're looking at almost in 2 months, almost getting 100 inquiries, but 50 something, 60 something new clients. And so I'm guessing, and so did January's roll over into February? Like, was it like dog walks or just one sitters?
So in January was like a combination of daily dog walks, cat sitting, and overnights. February, 70% of the people that signed up in February were overnights, and the rest were daily dog walks.
Awesome. Okay, so, and I'm going to break down what we did for her for this. So what we did that was really unique with her. So one, if you're going to contests on a monthly basis, and just like anything in marketing, guys, give your audience a rest period. So we took about 10 days, I think, even between the end of the January contest and the start of the pet food drive. because we didn't want to overexhaust our audience, and we didn't want to be in this constant state of asking or being in their face, because when you're there too much, you become white noise.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to be annoying either.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, I know that you're like, I'm annoying you with free stuff, right, but it's this different thing. So, so what she did is she went live to announce this contest. But one of the things that was really great, and she ran into an interesting issue with this, but she went to the biggest animal shelter in Portsmouth and went live. And she didn't talk about Sitter for Your Critter at all. She talked about the Humane Society and what they did, how they helped the community, and then like what their needs were and what they were doing to help the community more. And so they were talking about how like they're getting a bigger space. They're talking about how they were raising money, about how they needed foster care versus adoptions, which I thought was really interesting with it. And it was really great because she brought people in to her channel, and it acted as a sense of cross promotion because we had tagged that shelter in the post, and then they shared the live. So it was like both audiences were benefiting from that live stream, which meant both businesses were benefiting from their audiences.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And I can't tell you how many people called me and they were like, oh, thanks, Crystal. Now I'm going to have to be a foster parent.
Which, again, when you think about it, in her sense, if you think about it business, that's good for her because someone needs to go walk those foster pups, or feed those foster kitties. So, absolutely. Right? So it's really started professionally while also getting back. Yeah, it was a great relationship. Mm-hmm. But I want to note something that we ran into as an issue for this month. We ran into people who did not want to do lives because they did not want to be on camera.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. I had set up a live interview with 4 different shelters, and we were supposed to go live every single week, and all of them canceled, actually. And I get it. It's a little scary to go live. I mean, it is. It's scary to be on camera. Not everybody wants to do it, but it was such a bummer because Cochico, the one place that did go live with us, they actually ended up seeing a boost in donations for that week. I think she said by like 25%. And I guarantee you that was from us going live, from our audience. So if those other shelters would have went live with us, who knows? It could have been really worth it for them. The power of live, I'm telling you, is amazing.
Yes, and then of course she boosted it along with her announcement one. And then at the end of the month, she just talked about like, this is how much we raised. And I think Sitter for Your Critter matched it as the give back to the community in addition. And what else did you decide to do because it was so successful?
So we decided to actually keep it running every single month. So every month with our contest page, not our contest page, our GoFundMe account is up there every month. So we still have clients donating. So if people that didn't get a chance to in February, they can donate any time of the year. They can leave pet food at their house, and we can pick it up. So we're still seeing stuff trickle in. So at the end of every single month, we're going to match whatever gets donated and send it on some merry way.
So we are in the midst, as the time that's recording, her April contest, where where she is partnering with a local groomer in town who. She actually had more groomers, but because they were not willing to go live with her, she was like, this isn't going to work. And so she had made that like executive decision to say, you know what, if you're not going to go live and let me help your brand, then this isn't going to work, which I thought was like a really interesting and unusually cold move by my best friend. But I think that it's working. It's working obviously for her benefit. It's also working for the company that we are partnering with for this month for her promotions. So I don't know what her numbers are on track because I know that she tracks you in the month. But if our boring business audience, so let's bring it back to our audience. So we've talked about what you've done and how successful it's been, and obviously it worked. What would you suggest? Like, how would another business, maybe as much as I love your business, it's not boring because it's pets. And they always say the number one way to sell stuff is animals and kids. So
Yeah, right.
what do you think what is something that you think our boring business audience needs to do something like this? Even just running like a one-time contest. Like what are
Mm-hmm.
your thoughts and suggestions to help them make that happen?
So I would say first, before anything, define what your goal is. So what is your goal? Do you want more Facebook followers? Do you want more clients? So figure out what your goal is. Um, and then once you have that figured out, then you can kind of decide what promotion that you want to do. So say you're a chiropractor. Even if you wanted to give away gift certificates just to your business, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I mean, the Dogs of Instagram books I think cost me $9.99. It's really not that expensive. So I would say figure out what your goal is. And then the number one thing, especially that All in One helped me with, is you have to have a plan. So so figure out what your plan is. I would suggest going live at the beginning of the month. And if you're nervous to go live, just practice. Get your little camera out, talk to yourself on your camera, check out the lighting, because there is some things with going live. Lighting is a big deal. I struggle with lighting all the time. And I mean, I wasn't that great in my video. I don't think that I got a lot of engagement because I was like an all-star in my video. I think I got a lot of engagement because I was just live. I was just myself. I was just real. So that would be my suggestion. When you go live, just be real, be yourself. And then I would say hire All in One to help you with the rest. Because it is a lot of work behind the scenes. You do need to make sure that your landing pages are up and everything's branded. But if you have an email list, if you have a Facebook account, if you have a website, you can do this. It really is. It's easy. It just requires a little bit of prep and a little bit of work.
So do you think then that people should not embark on contesting unless they have things like an updated website and an email list and a growing or I guess active Facebook page?
I think you should do it, even if you don't have all of those things. I say go for it. Why not? I mean, what are you going to lose? Especially if what you're offering is a gift certificate to your business. Really, the only thing that's really costing you is your time. So I say go with it. And I think that, everyone loves contests. Everybody loves to enter something. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, if you are newer in your business and your website's not updated and things aren't that great, I say just do it. Spend $100 and see what happens.
Awesome.
I guarantee you it'll go up.
I guess in conjunction with that on the subject of your goals, if your goal is to grow your email list or get more followers on Facebook, then I guess that would help you accomplish that.
Exactly. Nothing has to be perfect, right? I'm not perfect. I try to be, but I'm not. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody is perfect. And I think that's honestly, that's what people love. Nobody wants things to be perfect. So I just say, do it. Just go for it. Just start.
Awesome. I love that. I think that's a great way for us to close out this contesting podcast. So guys, if you want to get a hold of Crystal and follow her and her adorable Instagram account, if you ever just want a good smile, you should follow Sitter for Your Critter on Instagram. But how can they?
It is pretty good.
Yeah, how can they come see what you're doing and follow you on social?
Yeah, so check us out on sitterforyourcritter.com, and then on Facebook we're Sitter for Your Critter.
And then at Instagram, they're Sitter Foe.
Sitter Foe.
Yeah.
I know, it's kind of weird. Yeah.
It's fun. You know what? It works. So, all right, guys. I hope that you got a lot out of this contesting. I hope that if you have any questions, of course, you can reach out to, of course, All in One or to Crystal herself at Sitter for Your Critter about her contesting to help you figure out what makes sense for yours. And if you like this podcast, please any shares or reviews would be greatly appreciated because we cannot do this without you guys telling us what you need, like, and love. So we hope that you're enjoying this content and that you enjoyed today. Thank you again so much for being on the show, Crystal. I just one more excuse for me to talk to you, but thank you again. I really appreciate it.
I love you to pieces. Mwah!
All right, guys. Like we always say in military life, it is never goodbye. To see you soon. So until next week, I will see you soon.